Hello, welcome to Khánh Hòa newspaper and radio television. On the occasion of the 101st anniversary of Vietnam Revolutionary Press Day, yesterday Mr. Nguyễn Khắc, Deputy Secretary of Khánh Hòa Province Policy Committee and Chairman of the Provincial Fatherland Front, paid visit to some press agencies.
At visit places, Mr. Nguyễn Khắc, Deputy Secretary of Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee, acknowledged and highly appreciated great contributions of central press agencies stationed in Khánh Hòa, including Thêm, Phong and Thanh, to the locality's development in recent years. He also encouraged more in-depth reporting to help guide public opinion, build social consensus, and promote image, potential and development aspirations of Khánh Hòa. He affirmed the province will continue directing departments, agencies, and local authorities to proactively coordinate and provide complete, timely, and proper information in accordance with regulations, while fostering an open, cooperative, and responsible relationship with the press. This aims to enhance communication effectiveness and contribute to Khánh Hòa rapid and sustainable development, moving toward its goal of becoming a centrally governed city.
Yesterday, Khánh Hòa Province Service of Health, in collaboration with the United Nations Population Fund in Vietnam, launched the project themes Building the Model to Prevent and Respond to Violence Against Women and Girls in Khánh Hòa Province for the 2026-2027 period. Attending the event were Mr. Nguyễn Xuân Định, member of the Party Central Committee and Vice President of the Central Committee of the Vietnam Farmers Union, Mr. Matthew David Jackson, UNFPA representatives in Vietnam, and Mr. Nguyễn Thanh, Vice Chairman of Khánh Hòa Provincial People's Committee.
The project aims to strengthen support services for women and girls affected by violence while enhancing efforts to prevent and respond to gender-based violence. At the launch ceremony, organizers announced the establishment of the Project Management Board, reaffirmed commitments to project imitation, and signed partnership agreements among the participating agencies. Speaking at the event, Vice Chairman of Khánh Hòa Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Thanh stressed that alongside socio-economic development, the province has consistently prioritized social welfare and public safety, particularly for women and girls. He noted that Khánh Hòa currently maintains 160 domestic violence prevention models, 897 sustainable family development clubs, and 922 anti-violence groups, and nearly 1,000 trusted community support locations. He said the initiative is expected to contribute to building a safer, more inclusive, and more gender-equal environment for women and girls across the province.
According to the Vietnam National Textile Garments Group Vinatech, to achieve its 2026 export targets of 48 and 49 billion US dollars, the textile apparel sector must generate 30.19 and 31.19 billion US dollars in the final 7 months of the year. This requires monthly export average of 4.31 and 4.46 billion US dollars.
Vietnam's textiles and garment exports reached 18.8 billion US dollars in the first 4 months of 2026, at 5.6% year-on-year, despite weak global demand, geopolitical uncertainties, and tariff-related challenges. The industry benefited from temporary window opportunity that as the U.S. continues to apply an additional tariff of 10% until July 24, 2026, allowing business to accelerate production and deliveries while improving operational efficiency. To achieve its 2026 export targets of 48 to 49 billion US dollars, the sector will need to generate more than 30 billion US dollars in export revenue during the remaining 7 months of the year.
According to the Ministry of Industry and Trade, the UK has announced 2 new climate cooperation initiatives with Vietnam, focusing on offshore wind energy development and green finance. With its long coastline, abundant wind resources, and rapidly growing electricity demand, Vietnam is considered well-positioned to become regional leader in offshore wind power. The program aims to support the development of policy frameworks, enhance the bankability of early-stage projects, facilitate integration of offshore wind into Vietnam's power system. The initiative will operate as a collaborative virtual platform connecting government agencies, industry, and technical partners. Over the past years, Khánh Hòa province has drastically implemented synchronized solutions to effectively prevent, eliminate illegal, unreported, and unregulated IUU fishing. Key exports focus on advancing technology application for fishing vessels management and seafood traceability. Together with national efforts, Khánh Hòa province is mobilizing its entire political system to lift the European Commission EC yellow card as soon as possible. Upon returning from its fishing trip, Mr. Huỳnh, a local fisherman and captain in Khánh Hòa province, meticulously tracked his logbook. He notes that with guidance from port authorities, log-keeping electronic declaration have become highly straightforward. However, he emphasizes that the core factor remains the fisherman's own awareness in maintaining accurate, compliant records, which enables authority to easily verify fishing zones and catch regulations. Fishermen are highly aware of strict anti-IUU penalties. We fish strictly within our 10-mile zone, maintaining continuous tracking and communication to stay in touch with maritime forces for support. To date, 100% of Khánh Hòa province's over 5,000 fishing vessels are registered for VN Fish Base, licensed and properly marked according to regulation, completely eliminating the 3 no vessels, unregistered, unlicensed, and uninspected. Furthermore, over 30 offshore solidarity teams have fishermen support each other during extended voyages while ensuring compliance. By keeping each other in track, Khánh Hòa province has recorded 0 foreign water violation in recent years. Each solidarity teams operates with 5 to 6 vessels. We remind each other to fish legally while receiving great support from the border guard and other functional authorities. Following the EC 5th inspection, the Provincial People's Committee immediately addressed all recommendations with decisive corrective actions. The province issued a targeted plan featuring 5 core solution groups to completely resolve remaining IUU issues. Additionally, strict penalties are being enforced against seafood exporters to Europe that violate anti-IUU regulations, alongside robust traceability measures to guarantee product transparency for export markets. As a major port managing seafood traceability, we have deployed staff and equipment to guide fishermen with accurate logs during entry and exit, ensuring total data transparency. The government, central ministry, and coastal provinces, including Khánh Hòa, agree that combating IUU fishing extends beyond meeting EU recommendation. It is vital for operating sustainably developing Vietnam fishery sectors. Moving forward, local authorities, particularly at the grassroots levels, must prioritize the anti-IUU responsibilities. This includes tightening port controls for incoming outgoing vessels, strictly monitoring unloaded catches, actively supporting fishermen in transitioning to sustainable livelihoods. According to the provincial tourism statistics, Khánh Hòa province has welcomed 33 international cruise ships so far in 2026, bringing over 50,179 tourists offshore for sightseeing and shopping. The province expects to receive 18 more cruise ships by the end of the year.
The Star Voyager, the 33rd cruise ship to con at Khánh Hòa this year, arrived at Cam Ranh International Port on June 16, carrying 1,478 passengers of various nationalities, most of them from Singapore. Khánh Hòa is expected to welcome 18 more international cruise ships in the second half of 2026, highlighting the growing appeal of Nha Trang Bay and the strong recovery of the province's tourism sector, which continues to contribute to local and national economic growth.
In the next few days, Khánh Hòa province will host the 6th Drum Control Festival 2026. Preparations are in full swing across some communities. rehearsal, traditional craft display, heritage showcases, and digital conservation projects are also being finalized. Thanks to thorough planning and fresh highlights, this year's festival will not only honor Cham identity, but also promote Khánh Hòa province tourism, culture, and people to domestic and international visitors.
In Cham villages across Khánh Hòa province, preparations for the 6th National Cham Ethnic Culture Festival 2026 are in full swing. Athletes are intensively practicing traditional folk sports, determined to deliver strong performance and achieve top results at the festival. Training with the team is normal, but in competition, I will try my best to get good results. Despite summer sun, athletes continue to train every day, building their fitness, sharpening their skills, and strengthening team spirit ahead of the competition. I practice hard every day in preparation for the competition. I hope that we will achieve our best results at this year's Cham Traditional Sports Festival. Beyond competition, traditional folk sports plays an important role in preserving cultural heritage while fostering solidarity and strengthening community bonds. This year's National Cham Culture Festival features not only cultural performance but also a range of traditional folk games. Representing Khánh Hòa, we have been training intensively for more than 20 days and are determined to achieve strong results for the province. Aside from the sporting events, localities, artisans, and community performers are boosting the Finnish interest and operations for the Cham community's biggest cultural celebration. Notably, two of Khánh Hòa signature Cham traditional crafts will be showcased to domestic and international visitors, highlighting the unique cultural heritage of the Cham people. We also showcases two unique Cham craft villages, including traditional weaving and pottery making, as part of efforts to help Khánh Hòa unlock their tourism potential. These cultural assets offer domestic and international visitors deeper insights into Cham culture, traditions, and the spiritual life of the Cham community. One of the highlights of the 6th National Cham Ethnic Culture Festival is the use of digital technology to preserve and promote Cham cultural heritage. Khánh Hòa province is developing a dedicated online portal on Cham heritage, while digitizing key cultural assets, including 3D models of historical sites, national treasures, and valuable artifacts closely linked to the traditions and daily life of the Cham community. Digitizing Cham heritage sites and artifacts will support long-term preservation while creating unique tourism experience. It will also help visitors better understand the Cham community's rich cultural traditions and festivals. With thorough preparations and a strong sense of responsibility, Khánh Hòa province and participating localities are set to deliver a vibrant celebration of cultural exchange and unity at the 6th National Cham Ethnic Cultural Festival in 2026. The event is wanted to help preserve and promote the rich cultural heritage of the Cham people while fostering integration and sustainable development in a rapidly changing world.
Located in Từ Vân Pagoda in Kham Linguat of Khánh Hòa province, Baotic Towers was built over 4 years by Buddhist monks using shells, snails, and coral gathered from Cam Ranh Beach.
Located in Cam Linh, Cam Ranh, Từ Vân Pagoda is best known for its Baotic Tower, a 39-meter structure built from millions of seashells, oysters, and coral pieces. Commonly known as the Shell Pagoda, the tower was constructed between 1994 and 1998 by monks. A representative of the Vân Pagoda said that during major holidays and the Lunar New Year, visitors numbers can reach up to 50,000 per day.
That's for now. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.